You can access and download AutoPATT from its GitHub page, located here. From the page, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the README file, which gives you written instructions for installing AutoPATT if you need a little bit more guidance. But basically, all you need to do is click the green code button, select Download Zip. Now you'll save the AutoPATT files. You can save them anywhere you'd like, such as the download folder on your computer, because you're eventually going to move them and unzip them. Now I'm going to move these files to the Phon settings directory. Conveniently, you can find the location of this directory and open it directly from Phon. Go to File from the Welcome window, choose Show Application Data folder. This will open the application data folder without you having to locate it yourself. Once you're in this directory, you need to create a new folder called Phon shell, spelled exactly like this, and enter the Phon shell folder that you just created. Inside of this Phon shell folder is where all of your scripts will go, and the AutoPATT is a script for Phon. Because the files are zipped, you'll need to extract them either by right-clicking and selecting that option or double-clicking them, depending on your operating system. Once you have unzipped the files, you will want to move them back one folder so that they are directly in the Phon shell folder. So what's important here is that the AutoPATT.groovy file is located directly in the Phon shell folder without being inside any other subfolders. And once you've got this set up, you are ready to run AutoPATT within Phon. Now if I open Phon, if I open any project that I'm working on, I can go to Tools, Phon shell scripts, and AutoPATT.groovy should appear in that list if you have saved it in the correct place. If you don't see it, then you may need to move the folder so that it's in the correct location. Now to use AutoPATT, you will be first asked where you'd like to save your output, and you can save this wherever you'd like. I'm going to save it in my documents folder, and I'm going to call this test AutoPATT. The AutoPATT will ask you to select one or multiple sessions that you'd like to include. So I'm going to select one test session. This is actually a session in Spanish, which is fine because the AutoPATT has both English and Spanish options. So I'm going to select Spanish and wait a few moments for the analysis to complete. You'll know the analysis is completed when the buffer window fills up with some information about the analysis that's been completed, as well as recommended treatment targets. If you'd like to learn more about the PATT and the AutoPATT, you can visit this website here at the bottom. Now let's take a quick look at what the output of the AutoPATT looks like. The AutoPATT output will be in the form of a CSV text-based spreadsheet. Because the AutoPATT output has IPA symbols, it uses a Unicode encoding, and some of the symbols may not appear correctly in Excel. So you may want to use Google Sheets to open your spreadsheet or another program like OpenOffice or LibreOffice. It'll tell me what session I'm examining, how many records the session has, the version of AutoPATT that I'm using and the language, as well as the analysis date and time. You get the phonetic inventory based on a 2-time occurrence in the sample, as shown here. It'll show you the minimal pairs it found demonstrating phonemic contrasts within the sample. And from those minimal pairs, it's giving you a phonemic inventory, as well as the inventory of initial consonant clusters. With this information, the AutoPATT provides suggestions for treatment targets. In this case, several of these consonant clusters are recommended as targets due to their complexity and the likelihood that they will result in generalized learning to other aspects of the sound system. The elements in the target language, in this case Spanish, that the child has not yet demonstrated either in the phonetic, phonemic, or cluster inventories are listed here. So these are areas that remain for growth. And with that, you've conducted an automated PAT analysis. Once you have the AutoPATT plugin in Phon, it only takes a few moments to conduct an AutoPATT analysis, so long as you have a thorough and representative sample transcribed as a session in Phon.